Can you see my screen?
I can see myself. You're sharing the
Yes.
screen.
Okay, there is my
There you
screen. Okay, there we go.
go. Okay. Wow. Video games. Okay.
Yes, video games. Well, my we started yet or
3, 2, 1.
okay. Well, my topic is about video games are good or bad. Well, my name is Raul Gomez, and from Fusagasuga, Seat Fusagasuga. Okay, let's continue. Well, first of all, I just put two important topics of these video games, or my searching was about the pros and cons of the video games, and why are considered bad and why are considered good. Almost all people consider that video games are bad because, well, I'm going to show you next in the next slide with the cons about it. Well, I want to start with the pros of the video games. Well, we sometimes thought that video games are bad, but the pros of video games, we can see that the students, or maybe kids, sorry, kids, not the students, kids, can improve their learning about a topic, about some topic like history or maybe science or math, because there are some games about it. Also, the kids can learn to delegate or maybe to work in team or in a team. We can see that in the shooter games when we are playing online with some people. Well, the kids can improve those skills, and they also can use their ability to solve problems. That's really important. With some video games, you can solve problems. Okay, for example, with a puzzle, sorry, you can use that ability to reason and solve problems. And also is the motion control games like Nintendo Wii. So we see that the people can practice tennis or basketball, well, many sports in these video games. And well, we can see that this is good to leading to the obesity. Okay, the Federation of American, the FAST, argued that the play more video games can do a kid competitive to get a job. That sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Actually, I just Google and check it all that, and I found it that the people can get jobs in USA using the video games, and now it's a profession. Actually, it's a profession now. You can see people that are what is your career? Well, I'm a gamer, so that is a curiosity that for me. Okay, those are the pros. Those are the pros for the video games, and now we will see the cons of the video games. Okay, what's the bad of the video games? Sometimes people abuse of the video games, so or maybe play a lot of video games. Are a case of in Japan that a gamer died because he didn't eat and he just play and play in like 24 hours. So we will see here that in the video games, the violent video games can cause in some kids the idea of the violence. So the kids can be violent if they play too much the violent games. So this is if they play too much now. So that's the bad of the cons of the video games. And also I found that it's a gaming disorder with the people that play video games, and they are addicted to the video games. So that's too bad. And for my conclusion, well, you can use the video games, but if isn't too much. Okay, so we have to control our anxiety to play it. Okay, here you can see in this slide, you can see the signs and symptoms of the video game abuse. So falling rates, for example, our kids don't like to study anymore. They want to play all day. So we have to control that. We need to control that. But some games are good, some games are bad, but we need to control what kind of games are playing our kids. Then the people led to or not sleeping enough and feeling of fatigue. So this is actually when I was young, now and all. Okay, when I was young, I had that problem with a video game because I played too much at evening. So when I wake up to go to the school, I went tired because I didn't sleep enough. Well, irritability is actually another problem with the people that play too much video games. We can find in internet many videos of people broken their screens or broken their consoles because because they are angry with the game. So that's stupid, but well, I just say that that is the irritability with these people. And finally, the increased anxiety. This increased anxiety is also dangerous for our kids because they will grow up with this problem. Okay, so that those are the symptoms of video game abuse. And finally, the types of video games. I can see that are many consoles to play it. You can see Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Wii. Well, many consoles, or maybe in your PC. But the PC games require actually a good machine to play it, a gaming machine. They call it like gaming machine. Okay, we can find action games, adventure games, role-playing games. These role-playing games, I was searching, and these are really added. So if you want to play, be careful with that one. Role-playing games are you have to interpret another person. You go like a character and playing for hours. I'm not sure how many hours, but is really dangerous. Actually, I don't want to play it. It's strategy games and simulation games. The simulation games are good because the airlines or maybe with cars they practice or simulate crashes or simulate moments that are difficult for the pilot. So are good games and sport games and puzzle games that those one I can recommend it. The puzzle games because are really good and you can work with your mind and interpret many situations. Okay, I hope you enjoy my presentation about this video games topic, and well, that's all about it.
You have 8 seconds left, so I think that should be all. Okay, thank you, Raul. Now let's go with questions. Lisette, go ahead, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you make reference to a lot about anxiety. So do you consider the people that have anxiety cannot play video games?
Well, they can play it, but they need to play, for example, a game that don't take to that point of the anxiety. For example, the puzzle, or maybe a game that be a level one that we call it in the industry of the games. So I can recommend that the people should play. If you have that problem of anxiety, you can play it. Maybe games that are easier that the are not so difficult to get the final of the game.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go with Leandro.
Uh, about violence, I would like to know what should be the best age for a kid to start playing this kind of games. Together with
What?
with blood,
I,
with killing people.
yes, I got it. Well, if you play a video game, some video games come with the with comes with the age. They say, for example, 18 age for people of 18 age up, or maybe 16 age. Well, I'm not sure, but they come with with that role. They now come with that. The all games didn't because before nobody controlled, no one controlled that. But now the games are controlled and they say the age. So the violent games may be 18 age up.
Okay, thank you. Let's go with Alfonso.
Thank you, teacher. Well, Raul, you just mentioned that the advantage of video game, but you think video games will have or could have other use or application?
Actually, yes, Alfonso. The video games, for example, like I mentioned, the simulation games are used to simulate crashes of plane crashes, or maybe a situation, a difficult situation for the pilots, maybe that they will crash with a mountain. Well, I'm not sure. So are using to benefit an industry, for example, in the airlines or maybe with the cars. They simulate those simulation games are really good, and the puzzle games are used in some schools to put the students in that situation of solve that puzzle, and that is good. That is good for the student.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, Caitlin, please.
Okay. Raul, do you think that if an adult plays game too often, it can affect your brain?
Yes. Well, when the people play a lot, or play too much a game, that affect their brain. It's like a drug. So that the people, like I said, that will be addicted to this game, will becoming an addict to this game. So that has a problem for their brains. So play too much is dangerous. Just control. Okay, just you need to control your playing or in a video game because it could be dangerous for you when you are a kid. Because well, when you are an adult, you know that, so you can do it. But it's like a drug. It's like a drug.
Okay, thank you. Now, my question, Raul. So, you were talking about these role play games. And I want to mention the case of one friend. He's a gamer for sure. I'm not going to say he's addicted because he does what he's supposed to do. He works, he eats, he takes showers, like a normal person. But in these role play games, you can be whenever, whatever, whoever, I'm sorry, whoever you want to be, you can be whenever you want to be. And this is a fact. When you are playing these kind of games, you can be a woman or you can be a guy. So what he usually does is play the role as a woman because that way other players or other gamers don't take it so hard on him, and this is good for him. Now, when you are playing these kind of games, you can dress up how you want. So you can wear clothes on or you can be naked, right? Now, let's think about technology and how things are right now. For sure, some gamers play the role of a woman or a guy and they are naked. What is the age you consider a kid should get a console or should get a video game? Having into account that parents, the most of the time, are not with the kids, and sometimes the kids have access to any kind of information. So, what would be the age? I'm not talking about the games tells you like this game is only for kids who are 17 years old. We all know that, but some kids get access to this kind of games. So what would be the age that you consider would be the best for a kid to get access to video games in general?
Well, from my point of view, well, as you say, talking about role games, I say 18 years old because are heavy games. Those are heavy games, and people go and you can see a sense maybe that the kids won't understand. So I say 18 years old to be prepared to those games. But are games that the kids can play it, games without any dangers for the kids. So, for example, Hercules is a game about Hercules, and you go around to a map and recollecting coins and that's all. It's in dangerous or maybe Crash. I'm not sure if you have played Crash, so that it's a good game for a kid. But a role game is a heavy game, so I can say 18 years old to understand what is happening in that world. Because sometimes we find people playing those games of 14, 13, and they are lost in their mind in those games that you can play it for 20 hours a day. So I think the age is 18.
Okay, thank you so much, Raul. I think everybody asked you the question. Yes, so I'm gonna stop your video right